We're speaking with Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas. Senator, tell me about the conflict that took place last night on the convention floor.
Well, evidently the Secret Service director was here in town, and a group of my colleagues confronted her wanting answers. And I think that was on the backside of a phone call we had just done with her, an hour-long phone call with the Secret Service and the FBI, and we learned nothing. But they basically confirmed the few facts that we did know, that an hour before President Trump's assassination attempt occurred, they encountered a young man, and I say they, the local officers would have encountered this person with a rangefinder and a backpack, a very suspicious person. It should have been taken downtown and questioned. She continues to say that she takes responsibility, but she doesn't admit that this was a mass failure. This was a mass failure, but by the grace of God, President Trump is still alive. And when I start digging into this a little bit deeper, it's interesting what I'm finding out here. I think there's some huge cultural issues with the Secret Service. Do you realize that half of the Secret Service officers quit last year? The year before that, half of them quit. These are 8,000 dedicated officers that are trying to protect 33 people. And they're failing at their job, I think, because of a culture, because she's more focused on hiring people with DEI issues than the people that are competent to do the job. And then just it's the protocols that they have. I have full respect for the Secret Service officers themselves, those folks out there on the ground doing their job, but there are some huge cultural breakdowns within the Secret Service.
Okay. Tell me how the investigation's going and what needs to happen going forward with this.
I think first thing is transparency and quickly forming America. Look, all these conspiracy theories are forming because Americans and people like myself don't trust the government right now. And even within the DHS, only half of the officers respect their superior officers, respect what's going on within the Secret Service. Ever since it came over to DHS, or again we have a person who's incompetent running DHS, Americans have no confidence. The way you gain the confidence back is by being fully transparent as possible. Look, I understand they're chasing down all these loose ends, but they need to come forward and tell us why. They need to tell us why they let this person go. How did he get on the roof without some type of reaction until a shot was fired?
Okay. How has that incident impacted security here at the Republican National Convention?
Yeah, I didn't think it could get much more secure, but certainly they doubled the number of forces. We have more helicopters circulating. It now doubles the amount of time it takes even myself, the senator, to get in and through security. I feel very safe, but it only takes one mistake for a bad outcome to happen.
Should the director of the Secret Service resign?
Absolutely. For once in Joe Biden's term, someone should be held accountable. When we lost 13 soldiers in Afghanistan, no one was made accountable. We have 11 million people across the border illegally. DHS secretary is impeached. Doesn't go through the Senate process, but there's no accountability. Look, the buck does stop somewhere. There's a huge cultural problem within the Secret Service. I've never been a part of any organization when I see a huge cultural problem that you don't have to get rid of the head of the snake to solve the problems.
Thank you, Senator Marshall.
You bet.
That was Roger Marshall. To learn more, visit washingtonexaminer.com.